Okay. So I got one of them out. We had a mishap with dogs barking, so I'm redoing it. One of them is not as dark as I like it to be, but we want the temperature to be between 205 and 210. And this one goes pretty quickly to 209, so we know that this one's ready. The other one was kind of a little bit of a less golden color, it was maybe like that color. So I left it in. And I want you to notice this is the roasting pan. I actually think the roasting pans do brown up a little bit better. The Dutch oven seems like it kind of has a little bit more of a shield around. It's preference. If you think that's dark enough, you absolutely can take it out then. I'm sure it's at temp. And actually I probably will keep it out. I just usually let it go a little darker, but again, personal preference. Okay, it's at 209 also. So now I'm going to take them, out of here. You might still want to wear the oven mitts, but I like to play with fire. So I grab it by this and put it onto a cooling rack. So let me get the rack and is sometimes the sides won't be as, okay, see, the bottom's not burned, so the pan underneath works, because I usually do end up with pretty dark bottoms. So sometimes the sides won't be as crispy, so sometimes I'll put them back in off of my words aren't coming, out of these, and just put it back on the oven rack or on a cookie sheet. So I don't know if I'm going to do that this time. I don't really, it's just for us. It's not for anyone. And so sometimes these look okay. Sometimes if it looks a little bit like, more like that right there, sometimes I'll put it back in for sure. But the one that is more the color that I want it to be is the one that came out of the roasting pan. So 1 point for the roasting pan over the Dutch oven, right? This one came out of the Dutch oven, so I am probably going to put this one back in for a few minutes at least. So, but there you go. We took its temperature, and we're going to let it sit here. You want to let it cool you'll see people say at least an hour. You can cut into it sooner, but it can make it gummy. Some people say wait till it's fully cooled. An hour is a pretty good rule of thumb for it to be cooled down. So maybe wait an hour and then you can slice into it, and then that will keep it from getting super gummy. If you're like in a hurry and you want to eat it, it's absolutely edible right now. It's just that what's left after you eat might end up being gummy because it was exposed to the air, and it right now will continue to cook a bit. So it's definitely warm enough, and how brown you want it is preference. So